Welcome to High Oracles Reiki Spiritual Healing Channel. And one might wonder, what should you do when you find out that you're under attack from a coven of witches? When you find out that you're under attack from secret societies. And this has been a very peculiar kind of week. And so, when you find out that type of information, when you astro project and you have the information that you need in order to move forward with a spiritual defense. And you also have to carry out a spiritual warfare in order to remove the attacks. See, some of the people do not understand that cleansing the negative energy and moving away from them simply exposes what kind of power they thought they had. And so when you start to cleanse yourself and put up a spiritual defense, a spiritual barrier, you're not crazy. You're not crazy. Because these narcissists, these spiritual warlocks, spiritual witches are trying to take your energy and bring you under control, put you back to sleep. So when you're feeling an attack from multiple people, from multiple directions, then we have to be able to understand. This is what we're going to understand here. That you did not start this type of attack on anyone. Chosen ones rarely attack anyone unless, it is something that is detrimental that they are seeing in these 5D. And we have to understand that there are other prophets in the Holy Bible, and we're talking about Jacob. Jacob was able to see the angels coming down the ladder, going up the ladder. He was able to see these angels bringing information from different realms. So when you get the information that you need and you're able to, transmeditate, meaning I'm able to make the negative energy backfire on the persons that are involved with attacking me. I never thought that it would, here we go again, an entire family of, covens. Here we go again. Okay, so you have to be able to use an entourage when you're using these types of cleansing methods, because you will have some of these spiritual narcissists. They will try to manipulate and get you to tell them things, and the only thing that you can tell them is, we're fighting this battle in spiritual court. Okay? So we have an understanding that you can be attacked in a total different way, where in the spiritual realm, you can see these types of narcissists, their true form. We're looking at their 3D form, and this is why I'm distinguishing the 5D, from the 3D. Because when you go into transmeditation, you're going to be able to see their true forms. And, you can't be afraid of them. Those people who have been doing malevolent attacks upon innocent chosen ones, who have been siphoning the energy of chosen ones, who have been attacking children, who have been attacking, the physically and weak-minded people, then we have a problem when you see their true form. A lot of people cringe at their true form. For me, I just want to put them to rest, because I know that they're not supposed to be on the 3D. Okay, I want to go ahead and make sure that we cleanse them on out of our life. We make sure that, they go on to where they need to look like they want to look. with those people down below. Okay, when they're looking out of shape and looking crazy because they've destiny swapped with so many people that they've grown, huge. They've grown obese off of people's souls. Okay, so if I can paint that type of picture for you, you have to go ahead and deport those types of people, and you have to make sure that these people, they have your energy signature. They know where to find you. Okay, so this is why I become under attack. Because I'm pretty much honest about, where I am with things. I didn't come here to play. I'm closing portals. I'm shutting down, your physical form. I'm kicking behind and taking names later. Okay, because at the end of the day, these spiritual narcissists have attacked me in order to take my life. They've attacked me in order to silence me, to control me. They've attacked me because they are angry, because when I removed my energy, when I left, they were exposed. They were exposed. So this is the type of, covens. These are the types of covens and secret societies that we have to cleanse, and we have to, make sure that we close them out. We close their forms out. We make sure that there is nothing that is left behind, no energy that they can grasp onto, latch onto, even for their children. Okay, and this is what I mean, to starve these types of demonic entities, it will be fatal. It will be fatal. And let's go even deeper with this type of cleanse and trans manifestation, where you will have, people that own restaurants, that own stores, convenience stores, that they do not like this type of energy, because you can see them, sending the evil eye at chosen ones. You can see them attacking you, because they're not supposed to be on this realm. So, let's make sure that we have an understanding. Let's make sure that we have this understanding. If they're not supposed to be on this realm, that they've attacked so many people with different types of malevolent energy, lying. They gang stalked people, drove people crazy. They siphoned their health. They siphoned their, negative, the energy off of them. Okay. They've taken their children. They've siphoned the energy off of their children. They've created generational curses. They're controlling people. When you are looking at these types of people, they have to be deported. There's no other way to deal with that type of attack, because they get let's say they get addicted to doing these malevolent things. It's just like an addict. They need this type of power. They need this type of frequency. They need to create that chaos. They live in chaos. They live in filth. They love that type of environment. Okay, so when you don't give them anything, when you don't, argue with them, when you tell them the truth, their mask is going to slip. It doesn't matter if it is the person that owns the market up the street or the lady that does your hair. It doesn't matter if it is your parents. When they have become addicted with your energy, when they become obsessed, and they've done this 60, 70 years, 100 years, where they've been siphoning energy, then they want to, be obsessed with you in order to unalive you. It's more than just being in control of you. It's more than just being in proximity to you so that they can gain the benefits, of success. It's more than that. They want your life. They want to trade destinies with you so that they can siphon your life. They will siphon the life of people in your vicinity, in your family, your children. You know what I'm saying? The vulnerable ones among you, the weak-minded, the unsuspecting ones. And we have to be very conscious of who these people are when we see them. This is the necessary. This is why it's necessary to understand that they have a very nasty smell, a very nasty attitude here on the 3D. Okay? And they have an even worse disposition in the 5D. You get a chance to see their true form. They get a chance to transform it, a transformation so that they can put you in fear. Okay, and it's very important that when you are astral projecting in the spiritual realm, it's very important that you become familiar with these types of entities so that you're not in fear, so that they cannot take over, so that they cannot follow you back into the 3D unless you call them. Okay. So this is what I have for you today, that, we have to be able to control ourselves in order to see these people, and we cannot live in fear. And when you go into the 5D, you need to be prepared. You need to know how to come back, and you need to make sure that nothing comes back with you unless you have, identified them and called them out for their behavior, and let them know that, you're not afraid of them on the 3D or in the 5D. I'm coming to deport your behind. And this is all that I have for you today. And I thank all of you, 12 as I'm saying that, I thank all of you for your support. Thank all of you for reaching out to me who wanted to do the trance meditation, the deep meditation to transfer and backfire any kind of negative energy to those entities in the 5D. So please make sure that you're booking your one-on-one life coaching session or your video chat sessions. You can reach out to me and book your consultations at www.highoracle.com. Like, share, and subscribe to me. I'm High Oracle, Reiki spiritual healer. Assalamu alaikum.